12 goals in this one, so let's get to the highlights because this is going to take a minute. Devils hosting the Hurricanes, first game of the second round here at Prudential Center. Vitek Vanacek with the star in net, and he does well in this one. 6 minutes in, it's Timo time. Meyer gets his first goal of the postseason, up 1-0.
And we haven't been able to say this, but this kid has been playing great. He hasn't been on the score sheet, but his game has been there. He's been all over the ice, and to get rewarded in a game that they needed to have, starts it off. It was just going to be smooth sailing, you'd like to think, after that.
9 minutes in, Jack Hughes gets his own, getting a feed back from Smith, and he goes top shelf.
Like we talked about, the top guys, we need you now. Hughes comes right through. Good play by Smith, gets kind of broken up, but when your top guys are going, that's what we got to have. Those guys showed up today, amped up the crowd. Way to go.
Minute and a half later, Devils on the penalty kill. It doesn't matter. Mikey McLeod scores. Devils up 3-0.
3-0. These games, special teams matter the most to get a shorthanded goal, but this guy seems to be, this is his move right here. He wanted to cut in, goes through, but to have a special team shorthanded goal to get going, can't say enough.
53 seconds into the middle frame, it's Nico Hischier's first of the postseason. Devils up by 4 goals.
Devils seemed to have a pressure behind the net, around the net. They were all over, they were swarming. Here's another guy. We got to have him get a point, got to have him have something. Great patience, way to stay there. Great place by Brad. Another example, the guys were going.
Minute later, Carolina gets on the board. Sebastian Aho makes it 4-1 Devils. But 5.5 into the second, Damon Severson responds, and Luke Hughes and Jack Hughes both set him up for this great goal. Devils up 5-1, and Luke gets his first postseason point.
You get your first season point, both Hugheses. And the best part is you really didn't have to do anything because Damon Severson made a great play. It was kind of like Yager against Chicago there. He beats 2 guys off the boards, comes in, shoots. Another big goal for the Devils, but hey, for the kid to get his first point, congrats.
Martinook scores on a penalty shot with 12 and change into the second. Devils still up 5-2. And then 3 minutes into the third period, Miles Wood takes it all the way in and scores. Devils up by 4 goals once again.
What can you say about that line? They've just been bringing it all the time. They're finally getting rewarded, but that's just a hustle play. The speed, to have the patience go 5-hole there. One of those games, everyone was going.
Minute later, Jack Hughes gets his second of the night. The Devils up 7-2. Hughes hadn't scored in 5 games, now 2 goals tonight.
2 goals. Once you got that first assist, you better be heads up because the kid was feeling it. That's all you needed when you're a goal scorer or a point getter. You just got to get that first one in the out of the books. And Hughes, I mean, that's a world-class goal right there. I did that.
7 minutes in, Carolina with their first shorthanded goal in this series, and then Jarvis gets his second. So the Devils on the power play give up 2 shorthanded goals, but with 9 minutes left, Andre Palat scores on the power play, and Luke Hughes picks up his second assist of the night. The Devils are up 8-4, and that will be the final score. Jack Hughes with 2 goals. Meyer, McLeod, Hischier, Severson, Wood, and Palat with 1 each. A total domination by the Devils, who are looking to bounce back after dropping the first 2 games in this series. And they wanted to show that when you come into Prudential Center, make sure that you're playing your best game. Vitek Vanacek gets the win tonight, and he was turned to for the first time in this series after Akira Schmid got the last 2 stars. Vanacek did come in relief in those 2 games, so it seemed obvious that Lindy would go back to Vanacek. What did you see out of his performance?
It's like we said, you got the luxury of having 2 guys. It's not like it's a big story. It wasn't a big deal. Hey, he's been there before. It's your turn. The kid's done great. Now we're going to have to change it up. We're going to have to mix something up. He was good. And those kind of scores, when the score's kind of lopsided, you might get a little lackadaisical. It happened to the Devils, but you'll learn from that. It's fine. But in saying that, he came in, did his job, needed the saves that to go coming down 0-2 to come back. We needed a couple saves there right in the beginning. He did it. He did his job. Team's feeling well. And now it starts all over again. But they'll enjoy this for a little bit because they proved themselves. They proved to everyone that we're going to make a series out of this.